This episode of Film Riot is brought to you by Domain.com.
Today I get all Superman on yo ass. Translation, heat vision.
Let's do this.
You know I want you, it burns like fire. I find it hard to live with desire. Hidden by a mask no one sees. Tempted by the fruit from forbidden trees. Yeah, 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 what do you see? Flashes of flesh and opportunity. Yeah, 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 what do you need? Longing for lust is no guarantee. Sexy, do you think I'm sexy? Oh.
Dang it!
Can I make you
I almost had it.
sexy? Do you think
Almost there. You got it.
I'm scared.
I know. Over here. Why are your eyes closed?
Because I got surgery.
For why?
For what?
Yeah.
I'm blind.
You're not blind.
My eyes are closed.
That doesn't make you blind.
I can't see.
You can't see because your eyes are closed.
I regret everything.
What did you do to your eyes?
I wanted to be like Superman, so I had the doc give me surgery to give me laser vision.
Is that possible?
For $300 it is.
That's pretty cheap.
That's what I said.
So why are your eyes closed?
I can't control it.
Your eye lasers.
Right.
So you can't open your eyes.
Or just lasers everywhere.
Wow.
It is like vomiting Armageddon from my pupils.
You gotta be honest. I don't believe you.
But it's true.
Dude, open your eyes.
I can't.
You can.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Open them.
I won't.
Dude.
I won't, Josh.
Look, Scarlett Johansson in a bikini.
Nope.
Look, David Copperfield in a banana hammock.
Dude, where?
You have laser vision.
That's what I've been saying!
We could do all kinds of stuff with this. We could do shows, tour. People would pay all kinds of money to see something like this.
Josh? Hey, Josh? Buddy?
Logo.
Welcome to Film Riot, the show that takes mystery out of the effects and techniques to go and some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your host, Ryan Conley, and I think that the movie that I'm most excited about this summer season has got to be Man of Steel. I mean, since that main trailer came out, it just, with the one that set the internet afire, my excitement just leveled up dramatically. And said excitement was caressed on my breast when I got this email. Ryan, email! With the coming reboot of Superman, it'd be great to see how to do some Superman effects like heat vision. Agreed, email. Agreed. ShamWow. We're going to knock this out in order. First, we have our first date with the effect. Then we make it official. We get serious. We get engaged, we get married, and we make some babies. So to start this off, first date, what you're shooting are footage. For this, you really don't have to do anything special. Just get your actor to mime out shooting them face beams.
Look, David Copperfield in a...
Next, we make it official by jumping into After Effects, which will be working in 16-bit linear. Since this project is very light-based and everything's going to be very bright, lots of brightness happening and whatnot. Next, I'll create a null layer, then track Brian's eyes and apply it to that null. Then I will create another null and do the same to the other eye. Next, create a solid, drop the opacity, grab the pen tool, and make a point on the center of Brian's eye, then one off frame. And that's it. You won't connect this mask together at all. Now I'll go through and manually animate this point to follow Brian's eye. Only this point, not the other, then do the same to the other eye. And now with that done, this relationship gets serious. We meet the parents, the whole nine, which means next I'm gonna add 3D stroke to the solid layer. Inside of 3D stroke, we're gonna change thickness to the size you want, then keyframe the end to start at 2 and end at 100. You can judge the speed of yours yourself. I did mine in about 3 or 4 frames.
Responsibility.
Now we move down to taper, check enable, then start thickness at 88 and end thickness to 100. Taper start and end to 0. And I'm setting the end thickness higher than the start since it's supposed to be closer to the camera, so this will help the illusion that it is in fact coming closer to us.
I did it again, sorry.
Now with that done, we close up that plugin, but we have a flat looking line. To add some action to this, I'm gonna add Turbulent Displace.
Turbulent Displace, Turbulent Displace.
And inside that effect, I will change amount to 98, size to 6, complexity to 3.7, and the evolution until I get the shape I want. And now to give it movement, I will keyframe the offset to change over time. This will give the illusion that it is moving forward. Moving on again, add fast blur, then a directional blur to simulate motion blur, and we are done with this solid. So now we will select everything but our footage and pre-comp it, like so. And now we're getting engaged. That happy day has come. So add a glow to our pre-comp layer, set the threshold to 22% and the radius to 61%, the intensity to 1.2, and the color to a yellowish type. Then add another glow. This one will be a red with the threshold at 34, radius at 169, and intensity at 3.5. This will emphasize the hotness of the hotness, because the beam is hot. Next, we will add a mask to that comp layer, masking out Josh and keyframing it to follow him. Make sure to feather it a bit so that there isn't a harsh line and everything blends nicely together. And now it is going behind his head. And it's still looking ridiculous, like it's not actually coming out of Brian's eyes. So the engagement is over, time to tie the knot, which will make all of this stuff come together and look beautiful and finish off the effect. And that's going to be Optical Flares. Now you can do something similar with a solid if you don't have Optical Flares, but this does work much better. So add a solid, add Optical Flares to that, then grab a lens flare and customize it to just be a glowing red orb, then scale and position it over the actor's eyes and parent it to the null layer that we already created. Then keyframe the brightness to come in with the rest of the effect and do the same thing to the other eye. And we have...
Dude, where?
A Superman eye face laser action of goodness. Tastes good. It's good for you. So now, with the marriage all consummated, it's time to make sweet effect babies and add this same process to all my other shots, and that is the evolution of a happy relationship. But now it's time to thank the good folks that make this show possible. Domain names are like these mythical fantasy beautiful creatures that aren't attainable by the human hand. You need some kind of crazy apparatus to be able to retrieve them, and that is domain.com, my friend. And one of the most beautiful fairies of them all is the .net from domain.com. It's perfect. It's universally known. It injects your website with instant credibility. You will immediately discover all the advantages of having that beautiful fairy of the .net for your domain name. Also, if you have a .com, you should purchase the corresponding .net to protect your brand. That way you have both of them and somebody's not getting the .net and trying to pretend to be you. Nobody wants that. But if you try to get a .com and you're like, crap, it's taken, but I do like the name, get the .net. They should have got the .net. They should have done it. And now you can snatch it up. Plus, domain is affordable. Their .net is only $8.99 a year. It's reliable, it's easy to use, and they want to hook you up with 15% off their already super affordable domain names and web hosting when you use coupon code FilmRiot at checkout. So use the coupon code FilmRiot, and don't forget, when you think domain names and fantasy beautiful creatures, think domain.com.
Logo.
We could do all kinds of stuff with this. We could do shows, tour. People would pay all kinds of money to see something like this.
The last thing I wanted to show you guys was Josh Burst Death Effect. We wanted to come up with something that would be cool, but extremely easy to pull off.
Oh, really? Sorry.
In production, on the shot, we got one of Brian acting out his side, then one of Josh against a green screen acting out his. Now in post, we key Josh and match him all nice like, then add CC scatter to his layer and keyframe the scatter amount over 3 frames, from 0 to 262. At that point, I want Josh to just explode. He's just exploding. Across those same frames, I will drop my opacity from 100 to 0 and turn on motion blur. And we have an exploding Joshy bear.
It's not the more real.
Now, add in 3 elements from Action Essentials. First is Dirt Charge 19, which I will trim back to start mid-explosion, then add Hue Saturation to add a tint of red to it, and have it come in right after Josh explodes. Above that, we add Dirt Charge 22 and give it the exact same treatment. Then finally, Dust Wave 06, which I will do the same thing, except I'm going to use this one at the bottom of the frame for some remnant dust-like stuff. Of course, all of these are placed and flipped so that they blow back away from Brian as if force from the laser. Finally, I will add an adjustment layer and add bulge. Bulge. Then set horizontal to 498, vertical to 630, and keyframe the height to start at 0. Move forward 2 frames, set up to 0.1, then forward 4 frames, and back to 0. Now, for our last thing, we're gonna add Radial Blur and keyframe the amount over the same period of time as bulge. But we go from 0 to 10 and back to 0, and now with that all together, what's great about this is that since it happens so fast, you don't have to do anything fancy to bring in the dirt and dust assets. It just cuts in invisibly. You just can't see where it just bursts in because everything is just happening so fast. But there you go, a good heat vision effect and an exploding person just for good measure.
Like pretend you got your pretend my bones are brittle and like.
And as you probably guessed, that is it for today. But just as a reminder, we have 1 week left in our Tell giveaway. If you have not heard, we're giving one final signed copy of Tell on Blu-ray or DVD, depending on what we have left away per day. And we're not printing any more of these. This is it. And we're giving one away per day to someone who has bought something from our store. So if you want a chance to win, just buy anything at all from the store. You can buy one or several things, whatever you want. You can get something every day if you want to increase your chances. The only rule is that you have to get something. Also, I didn't mention this last week, but you should jump over and follow our Triune Apparel Twitter. We are announcing a new winner every day, so there you go. You can also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Ryan_Conley. Say hi, throw a question my way. I'm always happy to help peoples out in chat, chit-chat on the internets. But that's it, my loverly peoples. I'll see you next week when I finally find the bridge song.
Oh, don't say I never did. I love you. All right, here we go.